I don't know what video number we're on. So prison purchase, video number 200. It's not quite that many. It's very dramatic, Joel, today. So yeah, prison purchase. So how are we getting on? So obviously lots of videos been done so far talking about the different points. I can't actually remember the last one I did whether it was on a high or on a low, because it is a roller coaster ride, this purchase. So we had the offers from the bank, which was good. And then basically wanted to utilise our some of our pension scheme from the directors to go into, or from the owners, directors, sorry, to go into, not the staff pension schemes, I promise. So it's nothing dodgy. So we're going to use our pension schemes to purchase alongside the company. So joint ownership, basically, to release some of the funding out of, or some of the money out of the pension schemes, which is a very traditional way to do purchases, to buy buildings and stuff like that. It's relatively tax efficient. There's a number of benefits. But anyway, long and short of it is that we kind of were putting all that together. And then through the information I was being given, I was getting being told varying different things. Long story short, came to the point, we'd got 3 weeks left to close, and it turned out it could take 3 months to get the pension scheme joint purchase process working, which was just going to be unattainable. So again, very difficult, thinking the deal may then fall apart, or it would have to lengthen. There could be some penalties, could be some clause issues. I won't bore you with the details, but so that put us under some pressure. So I had another look at it, spent some time with the lawyers, spent some time with the accountants, spent some time with the bank, and just rejigging things. And actually, through really good planning, through a huge amount of hard work, through absolute testament to our teams in all of our businesses, working really, really hard over the last few months, we were able to bring together a package that saw us replace the pension scheme money with cash out of the bank. And that means that we can just plow straight forward with this, the purchase, purely as the company. So we'll leave the pension scheme to one side, and we'll do something with that in the future to make sure we can reach our goals. So that's kind of all in place. Had a conversation with the bank this morning just to make sure, because the agreement we had with the bank was originally single purchase, then joint purchase, now we're back to single purchase. So just the jumping around, changes obviously in climates, COVID's reared its head and stuff like that again. So just making sure we can still get that over the line. Bank have taken that away today. This morning, they are looking to come back to me by close play today. So in the next 2 hours, about 2 hours, I'm expecting to get an email from the bank saying, yep, all fine, no problems, crack on. Or, oh shit, no, we can't do it because of this. And then we're going to have to revisit. So I'm hoping it'll be the first option, because I can just have an easy Friday night. If not, we're going to have to rethink things, but it should be fine. So that's that. We did find some good news out the back of it, all around capital allowances. So that's looking good and positive, which will see us recover some money through the capital allowance side of things. So yeah, it's moving along. It is complicated. It is a complex process. I'm not going to lie, and it's not to say that anybody can't learn it. It's just you have to learn it. I mean, I've learned so much going through this journey, and the capital allowances alone is just it's a minefield of different parts, and especially with a building this size, with its complexities, with the way it was sold from the government originally, and then the way that the previous owners held it, and just those journeys, and then VAT and how the VAT works in various aspects, which isn't that common on commercial buildings. Obviously, watching what the solicitors are doing and seeing what the parts they have to put together, seeing which parts of the bank have to put together, the accountants have to put together. It is just a big process. So yeah, so we're nearly there, due to close on the 22nd. Hopefully we'll make it all work. I love the word hope. I think the word hope is one of the nicest words that we have, but I hate it in business. I always feel that in life, the word hope is fantastic. But if you use the word hope in business, it feels like you're not overly well planned, or you don't have a second plan or a third plan. And I hope customers will come in. I hope people will spend money. I hope we can make our financial commitments at the end of the month. Those are not good words in business. But, you know, I hope the world will be a nicer place to live. I hope my kids grow up to enjoy it. You know, all those kind of things are great. So anyway, I divert. So a couple of hours really before the end of the day for the bank to come back to us. We'll see what they say. And we'll go from there. And then it's going to be a foot down to the floor to try and get everything done in the next 17 days, 18 days, something like that. Working days. We're about 16. So yeah, it's going to be tight. Well, I promised I would do I promised I would say when the bank came back to me, and I've just received an email 3:09 on a Friday from the bank about the revised position. And yeah, great news. The bank have said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. We can crack on with the rise to position. We'll get all the paperwork started on Monday. We'll get it all done next week and we can just crack on. So yay. So now I need to ring the solicitors and let them know. So yeah, we should all be good. Looking to complete on the 22nd. So let's get this shit done and on to the next stage of the journey. So today for another update on prison purchase. Harry Potter's playing in the background. Hold on, I'll move somewhere else. I've moved somewhere where Harry Potter is not playing. So yeah, prison purchase update. Where are we at to? Where are we up to? Will we make it on time? Who knows? We are now 6 working days to completion. I signed contracts today with the bank, with a lending contract, so that's done. I've had the capital allowances in, so that's all good and that's done. Solicitors are primed. They need to now get the contracts from the bank, which should arrive with them tomorrow. That's the plan. And then we're just waiting on the valuation to come in. So the valuation hits on Friday. Now, assuming there's no problems with that, might make it. If there's issues with it, we're no chance. So the challenge with the valuation is whether we get the same valuation of the purchase. If it's above, fine, well, brilliant. If it's the same, fine. If it's lower, it starts to give us some issues, because then technically the LTV, so the loan to value, will change, and then the lenders may get a little bit nervy depending on how much the LTV changes by. And if so, we then either have to find more money, which we just do not have, or we have to go back to the sellers and negotiate the price, which just ain't going to happen. So will we make it? Don't know. Everything kind of now hinges very much on the valuation. Assuming that's good, which I've got no reason to expect it wouldn't be. As long as the valuation's good, then we should be able to plough forwards. Transferring then of funds our end, that's 600k. We've got to transfer of our accounts into the solicitors. The solicitors then obviously have to do all the paperwork their end, and then get the banks to release the funds, and then we can obviously plough forwards for completion. Going to be tight, really tight. So we'll just, I'm not sure at the moment. I'm 50-50, should we say. A lot of it's out of my hands now. So yeah, we'll update on Friday. Due to numerous hold-ups, I was unable to make the completion date and found myself in breach of the purchase agreement. With Christmas fast approaching and businesses due to shut down for 2 weeks, I had a number of calls with the sellers and our solicitors and managed to arrange a 30-day extension, giving us until the 28th of January to complete on the sale. The race is back on. It's been a roller coaster to get to this point in terms of the deal with buying the prison. It was kind of all together, and then it started having problems. It was fine. We've got literally I can see the finish line. I can see it. I'm like this close to the finish line, just tiptoeing over it, and it's falling apart. It's the best way of explaining it. So we've had some challenges where our lender, so the bank, the underwriter basically isn't 100% happy that the current usage of the building isn't the current planned usage of the building. So basically, in theory, we don't have the correct usage legally in terms of how we use it. So I guess the risk is to them, the way they look at it, that we could complete tomorrow, and then the day after the council issue us an enforcement notice because we're not using the building as it should be used, which is as a residential development. We all know that's bollocks, it's not going to happen. The local bank guys know that's not going to happen. Our solicitors know that's not going to happen. The sellers, we know the council, because we you know, they know we're here. We've been here for years. We've been doing it. We pay our business rates. You know, we're part of the big town plan. You know, the whole thing is just absolutely crazy that would happen. It would just never happen. They don't even have the legal right to do it, I don't believe. But the underwriters don't look at it that way. Underwriters look in clear black and white figures and numbers and data and stuff. So that's derailed the process really badly because the sellers want to sell. We're under contract to do the completion. We're post date of completion, so they're giving us leniency at the moment. So it's really, really difficult. The whole thing's kind of falling apart. Everything's already on the line for this. The businesses, everything is on the line from a business perspective. So to try and salvage this or save it, because we're going to have to get this usage change, it's going to take some time. No one's going to be happy about that. It's just going to be a nightmare. So to make this work, I've already got everything on the line in terms of a business. I'm going to take that true entrepreneurial stance, which I've done many times before, loads of entrepreneurs before me and loads after me, which is going to put everything I have on the line as well. So at the moment I've managed to, and it is the first time I've ever done this, that I've been able to secure lending without having any form of director's guarantee on it or any form of Joel Campbell guarantee on it. The first time I ever do it, I was really proud that I got that. But I'm going to have to. So I've pushed back to the lenders and said, well, look, I understand the liability, but we need to get this done. It is, D-Day has been and gone. We need to get this done now. So if I give you a director's guarantee on the money you are lending us to purchase the building, which is a significant sum. It's not, it's not well into the millions, but it's a significant sum, more than most people would ever spend on a property ever in their lives. So it's a number. It's got some zeros after it. So if I give you a director's guarantee that I will cover that should the worst happen, then, can we then proceed? And then when we get the usage in place and the certificate for the usage in place, we can then remove the director's guarantee. And I'm waiting on the bank to come back to me. I've had to have a conversation with the sellers this morning. They're not particularly confident. I can understand why. We've gone beyond where we should be, so they're losing a bit of confidence in me. I'm not losing confidence in myself, but I do appreciate where they're coming from. And I've just had an email from the bank saying, well, it might work, we don't know. So I'm just waiting for confirmation. I was just reading the email, just check I'd read it right. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the final confirmation. I'm kind of nervous. I am nervous because I'm sort of sat here and I can think back to times in my life where I've kind of been waiting for something, different results, listening to a driving test, all the things you want to achieve, and there's somebody just waiting to give you that result, that information, that confirmation. And you can see I'm kind of shaky here a little bit. So I'm waiting for that. They're either going to come back and say, yeah, we can do it with the guarantee, let's press on, and we should be able to get completed this week, or no, we're not. And then I'm like, shit, what's the next step, and how do we overcome all of these obstacles? They're all there to help in part of the journey, but they are something to overcome. So I guess my next video will be like, yay, or it'll be like, fuck. So yeah, and hopefully that will be in the next hour or so we'll see. Yay! No, I should never start videos like that. Lauren's gonna be like, oh my God. I've done it, we've done it, I've done it, we've done it, it's done. Sorted. Who'd have thought? I've just had people falling off their chairs because I've just had the email from the bank about half an hour ago. I had the email from the bank saying that they've agreed to it, that they'll release the funds on the basis that we will give them a director's guarantee on the loan, which has put me right back in the world that I've been in forever, which is personally, as an individual, I have to guarantee the money. So yeah, it's going forwards. It's, there's obviously, there's no more risk in the sense that the risk is still the same. It's just the liability changes. Should it all go Pete-tong, all go wrong, then, the company would have been on the hook and not me individually. Should it now go all wrong, the company's on the hook and then I'm on the hook afterwards. So, there's no escaping it. But as an entrepreneur, we don't go out to fail. It does happen. And it has happened, and I've been through it. I've been £82,000 in debt from my first company through exactly the same kind of process. So, you know, is there a risk that I'll add some zeros to it? Absolutely. Does that make a difference? I don't know. Will I work harder? I don't think so. There's not going to be any additional fire lit underneath me because I've personally guaranteed it than there would be if I hadn't. I'm still going to work just as hard. I'm still going to push just as hard. I'm still just going to grind as much. I'm still going to do the same things I do. And I'm not really going to give it a second thought that I've personally guaranteed this money, because that's just not how entrepreneurs work. It's certainly not how I work. If I didn't think I could make it work, I wouldn't do it in the first place. The fact that I'm having to put something in behind it and take some more risk myself doesn't bother me. If anything, it just excites me a little bit further. There's more skin in the game. There's more reason, I think, to get excited by that. And, you know, if that means that, you know, as entrepreneurs, we naturally take what I would call calculated risks. They are risks, absolutely, but they're calculated because they're based on us and what we know we can achieve, what we feel we can achieve, rather than what we think somebody else might be able to achieve. So I have complete confidence in that. And I'm just trying to work it in my head that, you know, if we didn't do this, what's the alternative of not doing it? And I think that's the crux of it. It will all come crumbling down very, very quickly, tumbling down, in fact. So yeah, very happy that we've got it done. We can now move to release funds, sign a couple of extra agreements, move to release funds, sign agreements, complete, own a fucking prison. And then the business that, you know, the business that we operate, because I won't own the prison, the business will own the prison. I guess by de facto, because I own the business, you know, we do own the prison. You can tell I'm quite excited by that. But instantly, for the first time ever in this company, we will be masters of our own destiny. We won't have a lease, we won't have a license, we won't answer to landlords or to lenders or anything like that. Yes, we've got some lending, but they'll leave us alone as long as we pay the money. So, you know, we will only answer to ourselves and we'll be completely responsible for what happens. And all the success or all the failure will be down to us as a company and us as individuals. And whilst that's true to a degree at the moment, we are still dictated to, and, you know, there is still an operational piece that we can't control because we don't have the building. It's not ours. And our license and lease aren't that strong because of the nature of the premises and what we do. So very exciting, huge step forward for the company, huge step forward for the team, huge step forward for me. And it's going to open up so many opportunities, so many possibilities. And I'm really excited about people that are just coming to join us now or have just recently joined us, because they are joining a company that's about to explode. And that's just, I think that's just really exciting. So very happy. 2.5 years of really fucking hard work just to bring this deal together, and 6 years of building the business. But now is the time. Shackles off. Get rid of all the bits that are holding us back. Get into new gear, and off we go. So yeah, very happy. And I'll report back when we get to signing documents and completing. We'll do the video and I'll finally finish it off. And it's about a 3-hour video and I'll release it. So nearly there. The roller coaster has been going through the purchase. It is Monday morning, it's 9:15. I'm about to go up to the bank to do the transfers of the accounts to the solicitors. And I'm about to go to the solicitors and just sign the documents, get everything done. It's a weird one. It feels a little bit, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. There's certainly nervousness, a huge amount of nervousness, because our bank balance is about to take a huge plummet. And we're going to see less money in the bank than we have done for a number of years. It's going to mean it's very tight. It's going to make things very difficult over the coming months. It's not helped by the fact that we've got some money tied up elsewhere that we can't access, so that's not ideal. Ideally, I would have wanted to access that and add that into the pot. So it's going to be a struggle, but it is a real positive. And to be honest, right at this moment, I kind of not sure I feel anything other than kind of just a bit of nervousness, because I don't know I just don't know how I'm going to feel once we complete, which is due to be tomorrow. So I'm going to go and put everything in process, everything in place. We'll complete tomorrow, and then I guess that will be the telling sign of how it all feels. So yeah, not a lot else to say really. I'm going to go up now and sign all the documents and transfer the money, and then tomorrow we'll be owners of a jail. So yeah, that's it.
Today is the day. Who knew way back when, whenever it was that I first kind of was like, hey, let's buy a jail, that Tuesday the 1st of February 2022 would be the date that we complete. And it should be. I'm smiling because I think everything's ready, but I don't know. No, everything should be all good. I know that our money's transferred in yesterday. Solicitors confirmed that. I know the bank was prepping their funds yesterday, and the solicitors confirmed that. So realistically, that's kind of it now. I'm expecting a phone call later today to say we're there, we're done, we've completed, and you now own the building, or the business owns the building, I should say. So yeah, I don't know. Yesterday I felt really I wouldn't say nervous. I felt really I wasn't sure what to feel. It was a real mix of feelings, but seeing that amount of money come out of the bank, because we were really cash rich. I mean, proper cash rich. And then we transferred our money over to the solicitors to buy the building, and we were proper cash poor, like proper cash poor, like shit, how do we make payroll next month kind of cash poor. And we'll be fine, we've planned and everything like that. Yes, there was a bit of a mixed feelings of watching that money come out of the bank and kind of just like, yeah, like where next? And I think because we hadn't completed, and there was still a couple of things to do, and there's still the potential the wheels will fall off, although I don't see that happening at this stage. I think now it's going to be a case of waiting until we've gone over the line and then reassessing at that point. To the extent I haven't written any press releases, I haven't written any articles, any social media posts, nothing to go out to announce about the purchase. I am literally just been in it, rolling through it, going through it, dealing with it to get it over the line, and then I'll worry about all of that kind of stuff afterwards. Right now it's just getting it over the line. So yeah, we should be T-minus, I don't know, 5-6 hours maybe to getting it done. And no doubt I'll do a post once it's finished. So let's see how the day unfolds, shall we? I'm just about to jump into a meeting, so I thought I'd grab a coffee to go into my meeting with. And I've just had a phone conversation with the bank, because there's a document that apparently hasn't been signed, although it has been signed, and that's holding everything up now. Although the document's definitely been signed, because I checked it and I sent it to the bank and I confirmed with them, yes, it has been signed, but for some reason they're saying it hasn't been signed. And now it's like, oh my God, there was a moment where the guy at the bank, who's done a brilliant job, he's done an amazing job, he went, yeah, I mean, we should get it through today. And I was like, whoa, I don't really want to hear it. I will just leave it with you, and I will run on the assumption I never heard should, and it's all going to be fine, and no problems at all, and we're all good. So yeah, we'll just, last minute hiccups. I did just say to them, however, if anything was going to go wrong, it would be on this purchase. Everything on the first one, because then you know what you're doing on the next ones. So look at the positive, isn't it? So coffee time. You can probably tell from my face that this is not a good update. Yeah, it's just gone 10 to 4. I've just spoken to the solicitors. We still have not got the money from the bank. It looks as if basically the bank thought we'd missed a signature. We hadn't. They now know we haven't, but it's slowed the process. So getting them to release the funds has been the undertaking of the day really for the team at the bank, and we're just not there yet. And I've just been told we've got probably half an hour, maybe 35 minutes in which we need to get the money through for the solicitors to be able to get their bits done to complete before the end of the business day. I don't know. So we've got, 35 minutes maybe
to get this done. And it is frustrating as hell because it's totally out of my hands and it's out the solicitor's hands, and I even think it's out of the hands of our business manager at the bank. He's trying to G it along as best as he can. But yeah, we're at the mercy now of waiting, and obviously I've got the sellers chomping at the bit, as you'd expect, for what's going on. We're supposed to be completing, and I'm struggling to get my head around what I'm going to have to do in 30 minutes, 40 minutes, the calls I'm going to have to make if we can't get this over the line today. I mean, we should then come tomorrow, but you know, it's amongst everything else, above everything else, the thing that pisses me off the most is it's my word and my reputation and me that's on the line for getting this done. It's not just about getting the purchase done today or tomorrow. It's about the fact that I said we'd have it done by this deadline. And if we can't, that's on me, regardless of the powers that be. And it's on me and on my words on whether I can get things done or not that people will judge the next deal that we do. So if we go to do another deal with these people or with somebody else, you know, it's on that basis of whether we can get these things done. And I never, ever like being that person that can't deliver as they said they have done. I pride myself in being able to do it. So yeah, a little bit miffed at the moment. Hopefully in the next 30 minutes, we'll get it done. We'll go from there, I guess. So an hour and 10 before close of business, 30 minutes before we have to complete. So the roller coaster continues, shall I say. This is fucking gut-wrenching. I'm just chasing it down, and we're literally like, I'm just buying minutes. Literally feel like I'm buying minutes, and I'm just being told by the bank that that they're drawing it down now, like literally as we speak. They're drawing down the finances, and then it needs to be sent to the solicitors. And whether that can happen in the next, I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm just asking the question. They go, oh, you know, we can complete first thing tomorrow. I'm like, I really need to get this done today. This is one of those kind of deadline things of like, I just don't want to push into tomorrow. I really don't. Yes, we can, but I fucking don't want to. I want to get it done today. It's so frustratingly close and so fucking painful. So I just don't know. I'm pushing as best as I can. I'm trying to squeeze minutes out of the solicitor, just pressurizing a little bit more and just going, you know, we can get this done. You guys can get this done. I'm trying to squeeze minutes from the bank and just trying to make it work, and squeezing minutes from the seller. I don't know. But ultimately, when you make an agreement, you make an agreement. You miss your deadline, you miss your deadline. I mean, there's almost certainly going to be goodwill to get this done, but you know, when do you draw the line and say enough's enough? So it is. I just don't know what to say. It is absolutely. I never anticipated when today began that we wouldn't not complete today. I knew there was potential for the wheels to fall off. When I did the video, I was kind of a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but I never actually anticipated getting it to 4:30 and being like, we're nearly out of time. We're basically out of time and not completing today. That phone call I'm going to have to make to the seller in a second. And then, it's just, I have no words for it. So, half an hour before close of business, we'll see where we are. So that's it. We've officially run out of time. Money hasn't arrived. Spoken to solicitors, they can't do anything, obviously. Spoken to the bank, they're trying to draw down as fast as they can, but yeah, it's 5:15 now. Business day's ended. It's not going to happen. Even if money appears now, it's just not going to happen. Spoken to the sellers, they're obviously incredibly disappointed. On top of that, I actually think that they are probably now in a situation where they're not convinced we're going to get this done. So I'm just packing up for the day now. And to be honest, I can't blame them. I think if it was on the other way around, if the shoe was on the other foot, I'd be exactly the same. And you've got to start considering at what point do you draw
like, do you pull the plug? Do you draw the line and say, that's it, enough's enough? You can't get it done, you can't get it done. We've had deadline, and just, I can't believe it. I think back to, I don't know what, two and a half years ago, whatever it was, probably even longer, when I first started entertaining the idea of buying the jail, and kind of like all the steps that we took all the way through the process. And I never thought we'd get here to the end and then fall at the last bloody hurdle. I'm speaking like it's over. It's not. We should get it done tomorrow, but there's a big niggle that I have in the fact that we didn't get it done today. And even if we get it done tomorrow, which we should do, that niggle's not going to go away. And some people say, oh, forget about it. You've done it. It's fine. That's not the fucking point. The point is we should have done it today and we didn't. And that's a failure. And I look at the failure thinking, well, that's something we can't repeat, but that's still going to niggle at me. It's not going to eat away, but it's just there because we should have fucking had it done. It's bottom line. So yeah, incredibly frustrating. I find it hard to explain like that. I don't know. See what tomorrow brings. Another day, as they say. But yeah, just very, very deflated at the end. And now I've got to go and have a conversation with Emma, my business partner, and explain to her that I haven't been able to get it over the line and why. So yeah, that's gonna be a tough one as well. But anyway, see what happens tomorrow. Back in the office, it's just gone 7:45. Yeah, we're back again. I'm in a slightly more positive mood, I think, today, knowing that we're pretty much everything's done and we've got an entire day to complete. So we should get it done. I've had a little chat with myself. I think the niggles are gone, so that's okay. I was just incredibly disappointed about yesterday, but yesterday's done. We've moved on. Concentrate on today, and let's just get this over the line, and then we'll see where we are. And I still don't really know how I feel about the whole thing, and I don't think I actually will until I get the phone call. So I'm hoping, my expectation is that by the time that clock gets to about 10:30, 11 o'clock at the latest, we'll be done. But let's see. And I guess, hopefully the next update will be like, yay. So yeah, we'll just see. Okay, I think very good news. You can see I'm smiling. So it's a bit bizarre, this one. And you know, everything has happened on this purchase. It truly has. It's been an absolute learning curve. So I have had confirmation from my solicitors via phone and now via email to say we've done it, we've completed, we've purchased the jail, we own it, it is ours. So that's done. So we're there. So I'm like, yay, brilliant. It's amazing news. It's great. And I still haven't kind of figured out exactly how I feel about it yet. And I will spend some time doing that shortly when I finish this video. But the crux of it is I rang the sellers who obviously I know and basically to have the conversation, say, hey, great, it's done. You know, I'm really pleased. Congratulations. Thank you for your patience. All that kind of stuff. And just, you know, just to have the conversation. And they tell me they haven't received the money yet. And I'm like, well, that's really weird because I've just come off the phone to my solicitors and they tell me it's done. And to get that far, they must have had a conversation with your solicitors and they're saying they've just come off the phone to their solicitors. And I'm like, have we like just had a complete conversation with an unknown solicitor and paid somebody randomly all this money? So I'm just sat here now. I know it's done. I know it's completed. My solicitors told me that. I have complete faith that it's totally done. I'm now just waiting for the other side to give me a call and confirm that it's done their end. They've got the money. They're happy. We're all sorted and we're all good. So I'm just waiting on that because that to me is the final piece that says, yeah, we're all done. We're all good. We're all happy. Yeah. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm obviously smiling. I'm obviously happy and I can't take the smile off my face, which is great. Really, really positive. I just don't quite know how I'm feeling about it yet. I haven't been able to digest it and I haven't told anyone. You guys are the first to know. Although by the time the video publishes, lots of other people will know. So, but yeah, very, very pleased. So that's good news. So just waiting for that call. Yes.